tuning in. We're just broadcasting, we're just sending out the recording now, so there's going to be a few moments of silence just before we get up and running. Rob, if you want to give any speeches before we...
No speeches, but I'm definitely excited about doing this episode. I think we have a lot of support for the people.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot that we've got to go over. There's going to be a lot that we've got to go over.
Now, are you using this link to do the screen sharing?
Yeah, so the link that I just put out in the group, that's going to be live. That's the live link. So everyone that presses on that is going to see it live.
Currently, I see my screen, and I will be seeing your screen.
You're going to be seeing your Skype, and you're also seeing me if you're pressing that link. Let me just do a link check. Everyone on that link? Is the link working?
Yeah, it's still saying.
Everyone on the link, in the group. Everyone look in the group. Not in the office chat, in the group. Alex J Master Secrets. Everyone look in the group. Type in the search bar. Is it working, yeah? Can you see me? Yeah, scroll down, there'll be a link. Yeah, press on that one, Andrew. Press on that. The one below, scroll down. That one. That one. Rob, press mute on your YouTube. Press mute on your YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guys hear okay? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, where's the link?
And you know me, my bad.
No, that's cool.
Where's the link?
Yeah, they got it. Send out that link. Send it out everywhere, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Go. So Rob, if you'd like to begin, let's begin.
I'm good. Well, I just want to say welcome to the first episode of the Anything for Success podcast, where we are here to get CEO and founder of Anything for Success, named Ian Alex J. Personally, I'm on today. I'm coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, and my boy Alex is coming to you from Jakarta, Indonesia. Why don't you say what's up, Alex?
Yeah, hi everyone, hope you're doing well. You're going to get to know me throughout the podcast. You can hear I'm from London, England, and currently in Jakarta, Indonesia.
Well, this podcast is obviously designed and is being created for a reason. And, one of the first things I wanted to come out and talk about was why that is. What is there a problem right now in the marketplace that you feel right now pretty common thinking?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are getting into network marketing. There's a lot of people that are trying to start their own business. There's a lot of people that want to have success, which is great. That's fantastic. And I believe that everyone should have success. Everyone should achieve success at some point in their life. I think the biggest problem is there's a lot of misunderstanding on how the industry works. There's a lot of misunderstanding of how easy it is. There's a lot of people out there that say that they made $1 million, in their first week and all this nonsense, and that's kind of giving a warped perception to the market. So people go in thinking it's going to be easy and find out the reality of it, that it's not all that easy. There's a lot more work that needs to be done. So I'm here to show people the reality of it. I'm here to help people achieve success. I'm here to show people how to get to that next level,
Yeah, absolutely. If you look at this podcast, obviously we're expecting a break from how to do it and bringing it every single episode.
That next level, you know.
It really is something. Now, as far as anything for success, and we could be bringing delivering to market, tell us some of the things that you feel are going to be the key, the key services that you can go building with audience of the series.
Well, there's a lot that we're going to be going over. I'm very honest, I'm very open. I'm going to tell you the reality of things, and I'm going to show you the real way of doing it. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of misunderstanding in the market. So I'm just going to be real. I'm going to show you guys the reality of it, and I'm going to show you. And there is an easy way of doing it, and there's a hard way of doing it. And a lot of people, they believe the hard way is the easy way, right? So one of the things that I learned a long time ago is there's the hard way and there's the wrong way. So we're going to show you guys how to get through the hard bit and then how to automate it. And that's really what we're bringing to the industry is our experience, our knowledge, and obviously I've had a lot of success online, and now I'm just showing people how to do the same thing that I've done and how to go through the same stages that I've gone through without the learning curve. We completely removed the learning curve,
Yeah, it's not all should have actually asked for, but as far as going back to you mentioned, as far as you getting into the business, a lot of people that who you are, as far as why a person should actually listen to you and listen to this podcast, talk a little bit about it. Jake, tell us a little bit of your story.
So I started a long time ago in the internet world. Started 4 years ago, and when I first started, I was trying to make money online. I was trying to do my best, and if anyone knows about ClickBank, they'll know there's, you'll be a millionaire by tomorrow type things. And I spent a fortune on those things trying to make money. I was trying to make it work, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized it's because I was doing it all wrong. I had the energy, I had the passion, I had the motivation, I had the drive. I was just going in the wrong direction. And so after a long time, I finally hired a mentor who showed me how to make money online. He's a multi-millionaire, he showed me absolutely everything. He showed me how to do landing pages, showed me how to do copy, showed me how to do email sequencing, showed me the importance of colors. Obviously I did psychology, so I understood why certain colors should be used, why certain words should be used. And yeah, he just walked me through the whole process, all the way from, making a profile online, all the way through to automating everything. And, after I went through, losing a lot of money at the beginning, I lost a lot of money at the beginning. My first year I paid over 100,000. The year after I did just over, and last year just gone, we just cleared over $300,000. So I've done very well online, but it takes time and it takes knowledge, and you need to know the direction that you should be going. So now I'm just showing people how I've done what I've done and how you can replicate exactly what I've done. I've completely removed the learning curve so that you're not having to go through the struggles that I went through initially,
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what a lot of your clients do. And me personally, with my LinkedIn I felt like took my hand, certainly through the process that I went through. It's very simple. But one thing that really noticed, just I was having so many difficulties with it first, was the training. There's lots of training. Taking the training, and very quickly within the first week, going out there and do something that actually gave results. And just read, we're talking about the new verse, both of them, actually just got started much there. Actually, the worst situation that I was in, when I first met you, showing some energy that we'll mention and we're a little bit later in the podcast, going over teaching them the strategy. Talk a little bit about why you feel that workers are able to show action so quickly, and talk a little bit story regarding your two students there in the strategy.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, one of the things that I realized is that some people, when I was charging a small amount of money, right, I'd have people come in and they'd try and then they'd give up and they'd move on, right? And then as I noticed as I put my prices up, I started getting more serious people. And with the more serious people, I was able to really help them. I was able to coach them correctly. I was able to show them that you need to do this, 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 and this. And because they invested more, they were taking it more seriously, and they were actually listening to what I was saying, and they were applying my methods. And it's about the reason that I've done well is because I listened and I learned. I accepted that I didn't know everything, and this is the most important thing, is get rid of the ego. Just stop pretending you know everything, just accept that you don't know everything, and then just absorb everything that I teach you, and then move forwards, right? And so I set up a brand new office, and one of my staff members, she was trying really hard, desperately for, I don't know how long it was for. Angie, how long did you do it for? How long were you trying to generate leads for? It was like 1-2 weeks. She was trying to generate leads, and she wasn't able to generate leads. She wasn't able to get appointments, right? She was really, really struggling, and it wasn't down to lack of enthusiasm. It wasn't down to lack of passion or motivation or drive. It was nothing. She had all of that. The problem was her direction. And when I brought her into the office, and before she came, I said to her, "Don't worry, don't panic." And she's like, "But I'm trying this, I'm having all these conversations, I'm doing this, why isn't it working?" I said, "Look, don't worry. When I train you, you'll have better results, because there's a formula to this." And when I sat her down, went through the training in the morning, I showed these guys that this is the kind of sequence you need to do. You need to be talking exactly like this, because there's an exact method that you can do when talking to make people buy, right? So we went through the sequence on how to find people, how to get leads, how to communicate with them, and how to draw them to a sale. And the same day, she got her first appointment. Bear in mind, she'd been trying for 2 weeks straight, and we're talking like what, 18 hours, 19 hours. She was grinding, not getting any results. Came in, first day, she got her first appointment, and we're talking a big deal, and she got that on her first day. And it's because there is a particular sequence of events that need to take place in order for someone to make a sale, and I know that formula. I've done this for a very long time, and I was able to show her exactly how it should go. And because she followed my methods, because she copied exactly what I did, and she absorbed it like a sponge and emulated it, she was able to have her first success on her first day. And it's got better since. It's got a lot better since. But that was just the first day.
It's funny because no matter how big person gets, everybody it can move back to the smile at their first day.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Now, in regards to some of your sales methods, some of your strategies, your psychology of sales. I read another book right now, social book, which I think is going to give so many people when it comes to getting through that learning curve, maybe by themselves, or something they're doing. But in regards to your styles and some of your strategies, going over, touching over different things, but and we've spoken about the actual straight line, social media straight line method, this line that you're on the social media platforms. Talk to us about that method, what it is to be a social closer.
Yeah, so the social closes, the reason I came up with that concept was because as I was training people, right, I realized that they were having the same problems, right? They were having the same issues, and I've been doing this for a long time, so sometimes I overlook things because it seems so obvious to me, right? But I realized that that's just because I've been doing it for a long time. But if I could have given myself this advice years ago, I'd have had a lot more success. And one of the things that I realized was every conversation's the same. Every sale's exactly the same. And I've heard that before, and a lot of people may have heard that phrase before, but I don't think many people realize it also applies to social media. And there's an exact method, there's an exact formula of how to start a conversation, how to move through a conversation all the way through to a close. Because if you give someone a question, there's only a limited amount of answers that they can give. So if you understand that concept firstly, then you can understand that, well, if you know the sequence of questions that you should ask at what particular time, you can bring someone from point A all the way to point B and get them closed, right? And some sales are closed quicker than others, but the point is you'll be able to close everyone that's closable using this strategy.
And so, would you consider how long a very, very warm meeting, like somebody that, let's say you haven't on them, but let's say that it's somebody that that people come by from get you.
So can you say that one more time? The signal went funny.
Not just I was talking to the effect of the how warm it is. I mean, you know, it's a pretty warm week.
Yeah, here's the thing. So it doesn't matter if it's a warm lead or a cold lead. It's still like the same person. But basically, if they're a hot lead, they'll move through a lot quicker. If it's a cold lead, they'll move through slower. But the point is, everyone will move through. And it's just understanding how, if you can understand the language structure, and you can understand what each word means to people, and you understand, one of the things that I realized was, but when they're selling, it's almost like you're an artist, right? It's like you're painting images in people's heads, and if you can get them to imagine exactly what you're selling, exactly, so they can see the problem, they can see the exact solution, and they can imagine that in their head, and you can walk them through, like almost like an emulation, you can walk them through the process. They're gonna buy because they can see themselves in that situation, they can see themselves with their problem being solved, right? So if you can keep that in mind and then understand how, what questions you should be asking at what times and how to control the conversation, you'll be able to sell anyone, whether it be a cold lead or a hot lead, which is great because some people, they want to use free methods to generate a lot of traffic, and some people want to use paid methods. And the free methods, you're going to get a lot of cold leads, so you need to be able to sell those, and those are the hardest ones to sell, but you can still sell them using this strategy. But the hot leads, those go through a lot quicker and they sell a lot quicker. So everyone moves at different paces, and one of the phrases that we use here is you can run with the runners, you can walk with the walkers, but never sleep with the sleepers, you know?
Yeah, it definitely delivers exactly what you're saying so perfectly and so tightly. But, you know, talking about cold traffic, talking about free traffic, you know, anything is that when it comes to the, not just training, but the type of campaign that you wrap around deeply for your, either for your, you know, for your new partner. You know, talk a little bit about that combination and how you like to, I try to come to put all those things together. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, they don't realize that you need a big strategy, not a small strategy. If you're looking at making a lot of money, then of course it's going to get a bit more complicated. But if you're using, with the training, we're not just going to teach you, okay? It's really important to understand that this isn't just, you know, we're going to show you what to do and then we're going to kind of leave you to your own devices. That's not what we do, because I realized that the only reason I've had the success I've had is because I had so much coaching. And then that's when it came to the idea that, you know, you can't just do videos, you can't just give them a product and say, here you go, good luck to you, right? It's a lot more than that. They require a lot more time. Some people, they need a lot more hand-holding than others. So what we do is, yeah, we'll build a system for you and it will work, it will convert for you, but more importantly, we're going to teach you how and why it works as well, which means that you're going to be able to fully understand everything so that you're able to scale your own business up. You're able to then go on and coach other people on how you've achieved your success, because once you come on board with me, I want you to become a success story, and then I want you to be able to help and train others at the same time. So we're going to do a lot of one-to-ones. We're going to give you a system that works. We're going to build you a custom system as well. We're going to go through a whole lot like CPC, PPC. We're going to go through landing pages, psychology of words, psychology of colors. We're going to go through email sequencing. Like, there's so much there. So if you come on board, it's going to be like a very big, you're going to be learning a lot, but what's important is we give you a system that works and produces money, and while that's producing money, you have time then to learn, instead of we just teach you a load of stuff and you're struggling with the learning and earning at the same time. We give you the way to earn your money immediately, and then you have the time to learn.
I agree, man. And now do you you meeting with the person who is visiting paramount, quote unquote, these options that they're offering or work from home that they're offering, no matter when it comes to you doing your training or services?
It's a good question. It depends. And the reason I say that is because I don't want to work with, if your company is dodgy and you know it's dodgy and I know the company is dodgy, I won't work. I don't believe in screwing anyone over, so I don't want to work with, illegitimate companies. I'll only work with legit companies. They're the only ones I work with. So as long as your company is legit, so you can be working with Empower, you could be working with Herbalife, you could be working with Paycation, you can be working with any company. If it's a network marketing company, I'll work with you. If you've got a small business and you need help growing it, I can help you there. So yeah, that's the answer to the question. I can help anyone as long as it's legitimate. Yeah, that's my only clause.
Yeah, that's a good answer there because I'm sure if we're talking about culture, it's right in line with the culture, at AFS. If you talk a little bit about this method, I don't want too much into it. I mentioned the app for the intro, and I'm wondering if you could, just how that initial interaction with that person can be, how quickly you can get that you is.
Yeah, and that's, the intro of the book, I'm basically explaining how the internet works and why it works and how you should perceive the internet before you try and get into sales, right? So when your first introduction, I can tell you if you're going to sell that person or not. From the first few sentences that you come out with, I'll know if you're going to sell that person or not. Because there's a very specific formula in talking to people, and people don't realize this, that we all have, there's a very specific social code. We all have a certain way of talking. So if you can understand how you should present yourself and then talk to someone, you're going to be able to control it all the way through to the end. One of the important things on social media is you need to make sure that your profile set up correctly and that you're doing the correct Facebook posts. If you're on Instagram, you need to be doing the correct Instagram posts along with your hashtags and everything. So we're going to go through absolutely everything. But yeah, your introduction is so important, because if you mess the intro up, that person could be gone forever. You could have just lost that client forever. So if you know how to go into a conversation, let alone move all the way through to a sale, but if you can understand how to get into a conversation and then proceed with the sale, then you're going to win every single time.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see it work the right way, and it's amazing. Somebody never had success, see their reaction when they're with themselves. So it's a pretty big, and I think someone plus a successful at the beginning definitely got to be feel.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to it, and again, I never beat around the bush, and I'll just read you the intro, because I've got it here, but this is what the intro says in the book, and then obviously we'll come to it later on, but it says, by the time you've completed reading this entire system, you'll be able to close anyone who's closable. Okay? Imagine being able to have the ability to open your laptop anywhere in the world and make thousands of dollars on demand. This is exactly what I'm going to train you to do. Now, I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars using this exact technique. Now, the power is with you. So that's just like the intro, and then I go really in, I go and get, but I'm showing you exactly what your mindset should be. I'll show you how to have the conversation. I'm showing you that every conversation is the same, and if you understand the structure, you understand the format, you can use that to pull someone all the way through to beginning to close. And the great thing is, it feels natural. Once you get into it, it feels natural. It doesn't feel like, I'm using a weird format to talk to people. It feels natural, and that's the whole point, and that's why it works so well,
It's a fun thing because, as I do working for success when you just have mentioned, and I remember that even if you maybe didn't contact, you never sold me, I initially came to you, and it was an amazing thing, and then, to hear you mention to me during the training that, that's how you train. That's anything sales. That means that you sell.
Yeah.
How you sell yourself.
Yeah. So this is something that I'm really big on. You guys can't see, but I've got a whiteboard here because I'm in the office and got the staff in here. But when on the board right now, I said we do not sell. We help people. it's very important to understand that you're not trying to sell, right? If someone doesn't want to buy, they don't want to buy. You can't force that person to buy. The idea is that you attract people and the people come towards you, that they want to work with you. And if you can understand that, and one of the big sayings I have is if 1 million people know you, then you'll make $1 million, period. Like, there's no way around it. Because the aim of the game is just to get more eyeballs, to get more attention. And once you've got all the attention, it becomes so much easier to generate the income. So we don't sell. We don't sell anyone. Everyone that comes on board wants to come on board. It's their decision. You know, all I do is I walk you through the process. I walk you through, look, I can help you solve your problem, and I walk you through how I can solve your problem. But it's, at the end of the day, it's down to you to make the decision whether you want to come on board or not. And that's why I think I have a good relationship with all my clients, because I'm very honest. I jump on Skype with all my clients, and we just, you know, we talk like we're friends. Like, I have clients that ring me like, how's your wife? Like, how's it going? How's the weekend? And we'll talk, and I'll say, look, this, that, the other. And I say, look, I'm only making like $2,000. How can I get it up to 3? And I'm like, look, we need to change this, 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 this. And then they jump off the call, and they'll go away, they'll do it, and then they'll come back and be like, yo, Alex, that's it. I'm up $3,000 now, you know. And it's that kind of relationship that I enjoy. I don't want to push someone into a sale, pressure someone into a sale, because then it becomes a nightmare client. And the last thing you want is a big list of nightmare clients. What you want is everyone to become your friend. You want them to want to work with you. You want them to enjoy the experience, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, and I could agree more as far as being on the other side of things. But, you know, if anything for success for you than a client that you know, if you just train a person and then from there, you know, look at a couple months really speak. I mean, you know, what kind of relationship, you know, are you building with students?
So with students, they always become my friends, and I always say that all my clients are my friends, because if they're having success, I'm having success, right? It works both ways around. So I'm always grateful when someone comes on board. I'll give you all the time of day. Like, if you need help, I'll help you. If you don't need help, okay, cool. But I'm still going to give you more training, because everyone can improve. Right? Even myself, I still do training on myself. So it's when someone comes on board, it's about, I want to feel, basically one of the first things I do, and Rob, you'll know this, is I send out a questionnaire. When you come on board, I send out a questionnaire and I get everyone to answer everything, so that I can fully understand your position, so I can understand who you are, where do you want to go, so that I can get a full understanding of your story, so that I know where you want to go. And that for me helps as well, because it means that if I can fully understand your situation and I know why you're trying to get to that next place, it gives me more reason to help you, rather than, you know, some places where you're just buying to a course and that's it, it's done, they don't care, they got your money, right? That's not what I do. I want to know your story, I want to know who you are, so that it gives me more motivation to help you, it gives me more motivation to push you. And it means that if you don't want to go too quick, I'll slow down with you, and if you want to go really quick, I'll run with you, you know?
And if you look to just train a person for just a month, I mean, what kind of time frame will it be?
So we give 12 months worth of support. So if someone comes on board, we give them all the training, like we give them all the training videos, we give them the books, we give them all of that, we give them the inspirational stuff, the motivational stuff. That's coming very, very soon. I've got an entire inspirational series coming out, and I've got a motivational series coming out as well. That's already started, that one. But so we work with everyone for 12 months, and it means that for 12 months you have my full support, and not just me, you've got all my staff as well. So if I'm not around, because obviously I'm a busy guy, but if I'm not always around, it means that you've always got contact with my staff. So if you need any help, you can message them and they'll walk you through. And it's just a great environment, because there's more people involved. Like you're part of the group, you'll see that if anyone has any questions, they throw it in the group, and then everyone helps each other. Like, it's a really, really good community.
And I was actually going to mention that, but I don't have you in your chat. Your entire role model, you know, acting to the group. So I personally love the fact that even though we're practically there every night, actually there within 5-10 and somebody out and answer early, try to answer well, and as far as support, there's nothing like 24 hours, 7 days a week support.
No, exactly, because you never know what might happen. Like, for example, Facebook did an update not so long ago, and obviously that changed around some things, so it was important that everyone, we already knew it was going to happen, because basically we get these notifications of before updates happen on any social media, so we can kind of like try and get around the curve, but it means that we can warn you before something changes, and then when it changes, you'll notice everyone will be online before before a change happens, and they'll be like, yo, I'm trying this right now, I'm going to test this, and it means that you're not just trying on your own. It means if something changes, everyone will try something to see what works, and then they'll shout it back to the group, and everyone can have success. And that's really, really important, that it's not just you going through the journey, everyone's going through the journey, right? And we're all just supporting each other, we're all helping each other. So no matter what company you're with, there's no competition inside of this group. Everyone is there for one cause, and it's for success.
That's awesome. And, and as far as success goes, I kind of look at it as, I think of success in you really being not just the trip, but also the pride. And there's like I mentioned, there's a training out there and stuff. One thing that you offered that I definitely noticed, because it made me feel a little uncomfortable at first, but I had to grow out of that and stretch my comfort zone. But it was the accountability factor.
Yeah.
And it was a simple fact, because it was the first time in my life where I hired and paid for a coach, someone to coach me, which I always kind of knew I want to work to deal with it. I think a lot of people are like that. They want to be themselves, or it's not to procrastinate or whatever. But one thing I noticed is that if you guys didn't like it, maybe it very maybe want to do my normal pattern. It caused me to change my ways.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to talk a little bit about mentorship, and and why you think having a mentor is important in business, not only in business, but
you're right. And one of the things that I always notice is when a client decides to come on board with me, like I said, I like to be friends with all my clients, and it helps me. And you're right, I'm very accountable. If someone's failing, I blame it on myself. Immediately I blame it on myself, and I'm like, damn, like I need to try and help this person more. Maybe I should stay up later, and I'll make sure that, because obviously the time difference, I'll be like, screw it, I'll stay up all night. I need to make sure this person, I'll really, really do stress out. If someone's not having the success I want, I'll get all this stuff. I'll say, stop, I need you guys to focus on this, work out what's wrong with this, and I'll get them all to focus, right? Because I'm really adamant that everyone should be having success. And with myself, I love to do one-to-ones. I love to get people onto one-to-one sessions. I love to walk people through. And it's when people come aboard me with their mindset, there is a shift. A lot of people are really worried about having a coach, because, some people are great salespeople, or they're great at social media, but they're not great at coaching, right? They don't know how to teach you. And where I've done a lot of coaching, I've done a lot of mentoring, I'm able now to help people, and in a more productive way than when I first ever started, right? And I think it's important that people realize that the importance of a coach is the direction, it's the knowledge that we have, and even though we put a price tag on it, it's priceless. I mean, let's be honest, because you might pay X amount, but you might make 100k, 600k, whatever, right? Just from what we give you, because we've been there, we've done that, we've had the experiences, so we're able to give those across. So we're giving you all of our brain, and we're saying that this is exactly what works right now. A lot of people, they'll go on YouTube, like free marketing advice, blah, blah, blah. And what they don't realize is the people that are putting out those videos, chances are they don't really know what they're talking about. And that's why it's free, because they're not quite sure what to do. And a lot of it's outdated. I mean, if you look at a video from 6 months ago that's through Facebook or Instagram, I tell you now, it won't work. You'll really struggle with it, because the methods have changed. The psychology of the people on these platforms have changed. So the way that I look at a mentor is, imagine that you're walking through a desert, right? And you're trying to get out of the desert, you're trying to escape. And essentially you're walking around, and I mean, sure, eventually you might find the way out of the desert, but for us, we already have the map. We've already been in and out 100 times, and then standing next to you saying, look, here's the map, right? So it's down to you guys if you decide to take that map and leave the desert, which is success, is on the other side of it, or if you want to keep walking around and hope eventually you find the escape,
Yeah. You just hear talk about it, because this is resonating and all over the place, because when I hear you say, and tell me if I'm hearing you correctly, that the big issue facing the new salesperson, internet marketer, today, and success is your one-stop that what you're saying?
Yes, correct. Because the old methods, they don't work anymore. And a few years ago, you could put a landing page together, throw it out on Twitter, throw it out on Facebook, and a million people are pressing it, you make a ton of money. But that doesn't work anymore because everyone's doing it. You need to be different, right? So now if you understand the psychology of how people are moving around these platforms, you can understand that, okay, that doesn't work anymore, we need to do it like this, okay? And sure, you can still spam all you want and you'll get some traffic, you'll get some sales, especially if you're doing it on a big enough scale. But the idea is, instead of putting more effort in the wrong direction, why don't you start focusing on the right place, start doing it in the right way? Because one of the examples that I gave is I said there's no point having 1 million followers and making $10,000, right? I would rather have, say, 100,000 followers and make $200,000, which is more than possible if you're doing it correctly, because you don't need all that many people to buy from you, but you have to understand how to draw them to the close, which is where most people fall down.
And trying the long bit of work on it. One thing I have moved the fact that the entire NFS strategy revolves around a style that included you working on it, not working hard, but you to trade, becoming social culture media, and honing skills for people having it, that is still composable. But what I love is that there was an end game, and that end game, came with work less, make more. And I saw that you had clients that you were working in years with them, and I would be surprised that you have relationships for 3 years. One of the top political, what someone connects, later than as far as like automation or other types of that maybe for success is, getting your hands. It's a little bit about the author vision for you and your clients.
Yeah, so one of the first things that we do is we get people to tell us how much they want to achieve, right? And it's important to realize that when I bring people in, again, we give you a funnel that works, we give all of that so that you start making money immediately, but we also get you working hard, okay? We get you working hard at the beginning, just at the beginning. And the reason is I want everyone to apply the methods and understand how and why things work. Not just, okay guys, do this, it works, right? We can do that, that's not a problem, but I also want you to learn how and why things work as well. The reason being is because, like I said, the internet changes, a lot of things change, so it's important to understand as these changes happen, you need to adapt. So we go through all of that, and on top of that as well, with the automation, everything can be automated. Absolutely everything can be automated. I don't care what it is. It could be your Facebook, it could be your lead gen, it could be your landing pages with the email sequencing. You can do everything. You can bring in a prospect from a cold prospect to a warm prospect to a hot prospect and get them to buy all in autopilot. That's more than possible. But the reality is, and this is where a lot of salespeople, they won't be honest about this, even if your conversion rate says 30-40%, you're still going to have the 60% that didn't go through the automated way, which means you're still going to need to communicate with some people, right? So that they can also be automated. You can have, you can have staff that go on your Facebook and they do your Facebook, your Instagram, your Pinterest, your Tumblr, your YouTube, all of that. You can have all of that automated, but that comes at a later stage when you have more financial backing. Then you can do all of that. Like I've got an office in here with everyone working like crazy on social media. I can do that because now I have the finances, but to begin with, it's very critical that you understand the basics, because otherwise when you hire people and you bring them in, you're not going to be able to give them the right advice, you're not going to be able to take them in the right direction, right?
So if you need to do that, the intentions are the feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot of systems that you can use. A lot of things can be automated with software. Like you can automate your lead gen, you can automate your sales process. So you can have leads coming in and buying all on autopilot. All of that can be done. But there's certain things that can't be streamlined, and that's why, for me, I believe if you want to make like 6 figures, that's cool. Like you can do that with a lot of software, and we go through how to do that with software and how to scale it and so on and so forth. But I think when it comes to the point where you want to start, instead of going for 6, you want to start going to 7 figures, that's when I start thinking about, you need to start getting staff in now, because software is great, but it can't communicate like a human. You'll still need to do videos, you'll still need to do pictures, like that kind of stuff can't be automated. So it's great to have a team where you can just take a picture and give it to them, and then they'll edit it, they'll do the correct tags, they'll put it online for you, they'll generate all the leads, they'll have all those conversations. So the 6 figures bit, I'm going to help you get to the 6 figures. Within the 7 figures bit, which we're doing right now, the 7 figures bit, that's when you need staff, and we're going to show you how to do all of that. So I mean, if you only want to earn 6 figures, that's fine. Like we can automate all that. If you want 7 figures, we're going to show you how to get an office, how to bring staff in, how to motivate them, how to drive them, how to get the appointments, how to get the sales. All of that is automated. You don't have to do anything. Like you can see, I'm in Stripe right now, and we're still earning money, right?
Like just to the staff and you open an office, for the people that need these sales as potential LSJ, mentor to help people and work with make festivity, a little bit of that product and then you're training the trainer.
Yeah, so in the future I'm looking to teach people to teach. Like I want to be able to create mentors. I want to be able to create not just 6-figure earners, but 6-figure earners that can help other people become 6-figure earners, right? That would be absolutely phenomenal. And once I've done the 6 figures, then we're going to start working in the 7 figures, right? So it's just about the next plan for me, the next stage for me is this bit. I want to show people how to do this bit and show people, this is how you do it, this is how you can make all the money. Once they're doing it, right? Once they've made the money, then I want them to show how they made the money, and I want to create more mentors, I want to create more industries, more big entrepreneurs that are able to create more entrepreneurs. Because there's a lot of people that they want to make money but they don't know how to, and they've got no direction. And as big as I am, as much energy as I put out, as many people as I can draw in, I'll never get everyone. But you might be able to find someone that I can't find. So it'd be cool if I could turn you into a mentor and you teach other people as well, right? And that way we can help the whole world. That's my vision in my head.
That's a beautiful thing, man. And before we forward to two things I want to mention, I was just going to come out as far as testimonial. That you had personally, I've represented 2 outfits to the affiliate of yours, and I take it very seriously. Have big plans for the future. You also affiliated with the Talent Depth. And, for the record, what happened to the end of October, if you remember, I actually put my
I remember that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was a whole tragedy. I knew it was a matter of time. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. At that point, I looked at the time was going to my job as a waste of time. And so, bring me back. I knew that Spirit was the right thing, and I sit down, and I quit. I fired my last boss, and which was an exciting thing for me, because up until that point it was just and here how one house energy generation to go to the sales office, and everything to do is some of the big things planned to just provide more and more value and more impact for your audience. But just wanted to lay that out there, let people know, people don't know, even LSJ Tuesday the first time, that I now, myself, yours, business partner, on mentoring that you could, all these things. But, coming in with a scare, practically paralyzed from all the time, newbie, and saw these were results of I started in October. I know we had a Empower Network conference for October. Worked through that, and that's what I did. And that's pretty much what it down. So you see how it sales, the intro with, sales through social media, and that was people believe big for the beginning of the growth of my company.
Yeah.
And going into this new year, we talked about photo hacks. And we talked about options, and we do have the right copy and light your focus over, and we can put it, try to marketing, 2016, which I'm doing this, I'm sitting down like 20 clients, I got a handle here, and what I did was your connection, and I mean your, and so, just want to press that, see if you can touch a little bit about, your soul as vendors and overall a little bit about the traffic. It's just so important for me to have that other information about you.
No, for sure. Well, it's important to understand that, when people come on board, free traffic is great because it's free, you're not paying for anything. But at the same time, you have to understand that it's all been involved in free traffic, and that you can produce a lot of money doing free traffic. I did that for a long time. I made a lot of money doing free traffic, but the big one is in PPC and CPC and solo ads. Like, if you can understand how to do those and how to do them correctly, and it also comes across with who you're using. If you're using a poor provider, and that's why I'm always careful how I introduce people. I mean, people are going to hear this and they might hear the word solo ad and go crazy and start trying to find solo ad providers. But you have to have a good solo ad provider, and they're difficult to find. So we only use ones that work, right? And it's the same with PPC and CPC. Some people, again, if you're watching this, don't get too excited yet. You need to master it, because you can put out ads on Facebook, you can put ads out on YouTube, you can put ads out on Google, whatever, which is great. And you can generate a lot of leads from those, and those are hot leads if done correctly. And that's the key point here, if done correctly, because if you do it wrong, you'll be putting a lot of money out on Google, you're putting a lot of money out on Bing, YouTube, all these platforms, you're putting out an awful lot of money and getting no return, or little to no return. You have to know how to get those leads in, and more importantly, how to get them to convert. If you're not making conversions, you're putting a lot of outlay and getting no income, right? So you have to master ads. And with Facebook in particular, if you're not doing it correctly, you'll get your Facebook ads account banned. And that's the last thing that you want. So again, you need to know how to use these platforms correctly, but they are an absolute goldmine. The reason being is Facebook is a push network and Google is a pull network, same as Bing. And what that means is, if you was to run ads on Google or Bing, it means people are searching for exactly what you're offering. So let's say that you have a home, let's just say that you're a tennis coach, right, and you're selling tennis courses. You could have your advert appear for when people are searching for tennis coaching, right? You could have your advert appear and you generate leads, which sounds great if you're selling tennis courses. Problem is, where did you advertise it to? Because if you just put tennis courses and you're in, let's just say you're in Tennessee, right? If people in Canada or New Zealand are seeing your ad, that's no good. You're going to be spending all this money, and the leads that you're getting aren't going to be relevant to you. So you need to first narrow it down, really fully understand your audience. Then you need to do all your correct keywords and then draw them in correctly. Then you need a good landing page which is going to make them convert, because otherwise you're going to have a lot of people hitting a home page, none of them are going to convert. 50% of the average home pages, 50% of people that go to a website will leave in the first 5 seconds. So if your page isn't set up correctly, like with video, and you've got your opt-in page in the correct place, again with the correct colors, correct word, then you can get a lot of leads and you can get all of those to buy from you. And with Facebook, it's a push network, which means you're pushing adverts onto people. So it's important to understand that you don't want to put adverts out onto Facebook that are just immediate sales, because that's not how Facebook works well. The best way to do it is actually to generate free leads. But again, we show you how to do that, and the kind of copy that you should be using, the kind of pictures that you should be putting on the ads to get maximum clicks. We also show you a method to get really low clicks. For example, on Facebook, I can get ads at 0.02, which is 2 cents per view, and the average person pays $2 per view. And with clicks, again, I've got them down to 0.01, 0.02, which again is 1 cent, 2 cents per click, which is phenomenal, again, because the average person pays about 50 cents per click. So we're going to not just save you a lot of money, but we're also going to increase your conversions, which means you spend less money but make more money.
Amazing and amazing. And that's about the and I mean, to me, here and talk about this literally for hours. And there's going to be plenty of topics that we'll be going over throughout the series that we might not even touched on tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to throw that out there. But, one thing really, I guess I was cheap with, I had fun, and I thought it was a great story, or maybe it's interpret in your phone. We talk about when we tune into this business and start training opportunities. We talk about what surprised you most. You came through all these movies, and if you could talk a little bit about the thing that surprised you most as a business injured.
Yeah, so one of the things that I noticed, and a lot of people have noticed it, but a lot of people are trying to pretend they don't see it, but again, I'm very open and honest, there's a lot of fakes out there, right? There's a lot of people that believe fake it till you make it, and it's very dangerous. It's seriously, it's so dangerous, and it causes a lot of problems. One of the problems it causes a lack of belief, a lack of trust. I mean, I've lost loads of money when I first started because I didn't know who to trust, I didn't know who to talk to, I didn't know, people are saying they're making loads of money, and I'm throwing money at them, and I'm not really getting anything back, but, the idea is, just be honest, just be true, just be real, right? And Rob, you know this, when Rob first came on board, he said to me, should I take pictures by the beach, blah, 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 and I said, no, we're not doing any of that shit. I said, we're just going to be very honest, we're going to say who you are, where you're going, and that'll work, You don't need to be a billionaire to make money, you don't need to be a millionaire to make money, you don't need to, have all the success in the world, because you can use leverage. I'm leverage. If you're saying that you're working with me, and a lot of people know my name, if you're saying that you're working with me, you can use me as leverage and say, look, I'm working with Alex J, this is the amount of money that he's made, this is kind of direction, this is all the training I've got, and you'll see that works. And you can use your upline as well. If you've got a successful upline, you can say that you're working with your upline, and you can use those stories because they've had the success. But the idea is, don't do that whole fake it till you make it, and it's something that I've noticed a lot in the industry. A lot of people try and fake it and try and claim that they're billionaires and millionaires. I've spoken to so-called millionaires before. I mean, I do have real millionaires I've spoken to, but I mean, there's some fake millionaires that I've spoken to as well. And one of the biggest giveaways that I always noticed is when you're talking with them, you can just start seeing all the holes in the story, and you can see that they don't really know what they're talking about. You start getting into a conversation about PPC and CPC. Like, there's so much about algorithms on Google, and when people are, telling me, I'm blogging and I'm doing this for SEO, and they don't, and then I get into a conversation, I start breaking it down. I'm like, well, okay, like what kind of meta tags are you using? Like, how are you formatting that on your website? Like, what kind of keywords are you targeting? How are you targeting? They don't even know what to say, They immediately, their mind blows, and they're like, I don't know. So those people are dangerous because people will pay them to learn. And because they don't even know what they're doing, they take people down the wrong road, So they're making a little bit of money, but they're not helping anyone, and that means that the person that they bring on, the person that they recruit, they can't get any help, and they can't help the people that they recruit either. So it just creates a whole line of people that keep failing because the person faked it till they make it. But in my experience, the fakers, they stay fake, they'll never make any money, they'll stay broke, right? The aim of the game is just be true, be honest, and I'll help you. The beginning bit's always the hardest part because you're building your exposure, you're building all that. That's always the hardest part, but we can deal with that. I'm very good at building people, so I'm going to show you how to build your presence, how to get through that early objection until you have money. Because once you have money, you can talk about your story, and it resonates a lot more with people, if they're coming on the journey with you. If it's like, look, I haven't made $1 million yet, but I'm on my way, and we're going to do it together. That works a lot better than, yeah, I'm a billionaire, so, done. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah, I was actually, when you stop the pretending, you realize just how exhausting it is. So I was really happy to finally just be able to be myself. And once I fell into that, it was just so simple. But we're coming down here to the last minutes, and there's a couple things I wanted to just really quickly to touch on. Just start to talk so much. Then as plans we're into the table, and something or nothing. I can guarantee you that as far as value, if this is the show, this is the podcast, this is the help. But in regards to the skeptic, because you there's that dial. If you want to just get this filter, and so keep it back into what to go. Okay, how can I think at this? Can I hire an individual success, join this community, get all this great training, and fail? What would be the answer to that?
I'd say the only way you will fail with me is if you don't take the advice. If you don't go through the training, you don't take my advice, then I can't help, because I can give you all the hope in the world, but if you don't take it, I can't do anything about it. I need you, if you're going to come on board, to have the right mindset, and the mindset is very, very important. If you come in with, I want this to work, I'm going to give it my all, then you'll be successful, because you'll take the training on, you'll watch the videos, you'll get through the books, and then you'll just start applying all the methods, and you'll start to understand it more. And that's why, again, we don't do a cheap price bracket. When people come on board, they're really invested in themselves, and those people, they have the right mindset. They say, look, I'm invested, I'm going to go for it, I'm going to make it happen. And I always see the most successful people are the ones that stay online all the time, and they'll hit me up with questions. If you've got any questions, hit me up. And I always tell people, if you've got any questions, no matter how stupid you think it is, ask me. I always tell the staff all the time, if you guys have any questions, just ask me. I don't care how stupid you think it is, it's probably not, right? So, if you take everything on board, and if you absorb it all, you're going to have success. The only way that you won't be successful is if you just don't take it in, period.
And that's one of those things that can be exciting, also can be scary, but finally they're going to have to take action. But now, one thing that we are very, very, one thing that's very important to us here at Anything for Success is we want to deliver a product to the audience that the audience wants and needs. And I think that earlier, we let stay ahead of the curve. So one thing that we wanted you guys to do in this control analysis, we want to know what is what you're struggling the most today. We want to hear from you. After we're going to tell you in a couple minutes, how you can contact him, how you can get anything that looks like he is an author. Well, we didn't have time to get into that, but accolades that I don't think you got the proper introduction. But definitely when Alex gives you the contact info, just email us, let us know, send to Alex and just let him know what are the top 3 things, the top thing that you're struggling with most in your business, so that you can, tailor specific training just for you and what you're struggling with. Alex, you charge of course, we look for the first time, look at those that are up in there, or maybe 2 books if you put your book out there. Quick book, what would you recommend to me?
So if I was going to recommend any book, I'd recommend How to Get Guaranteed Traffic and Sales. That's one of my books that I published. I'd recommend that because it makes you fully understand how the internet works. And a lot of people, they believe they understand how the internet works, like, you just sign on and blah, blah, blah. I promise you, the psychology that I put into this book, I break it down on how to perceive the internet in order to make money. Okay, there's a specific way in how you should perceive the internet and go into it. And if you understand the concept, and I do it in the first few pages, I break down the concept, and then I really go into how to use that knowledge to your advantage, how to generate all these leads and sales. So if I was going to recommend a book, I'd say How to Get Guaranteed Traffic and Sales. I'm going to do social closes, is going to be out very, very soon as well, on how to close anyone who's closable via social media. And again, that's going to be a very, very big book. Also, if I was going to recommend that one wasn't mine, I'd also recommend the 10X Rule. That's a big book that played a very big influence on my life. I'd highly recommend that anyone read that. It's an absolute killer, by Grant Cardone, multi-millionaire and very successful salesman. That book helped me a lot as well. And also read The Closer Survival Guide, again another fantastic book, again by Grant Cardone. That again really helped me massively. So if you guys have got any questions about how to come on board, or if you've got any questions that you haven't got to be answered tonight, if maybe you're doing something on social media and you're not sure what you should be doing, and maybe you want to change your approach, or maybe you're getting some leads but you're not quite generating as many as you want. Maybe you're having, I don't know what your problem may be. So if you have a problem, shoot me a question via that email. We're going to try and answer as many questions as we can next time on the podcast. So if you want to shoot me an email, the email is alex.j@anythingforsuccess.com. I'll say that again. It's alex.j, that's J-A-Y, at anythingforsuccess.com. Make sure you shoot me an email. You can also check me out on Facebook as well. It's facebook.com/thetruealexj. Again, that's facebook.com/thetruealexj. And again, don't feel afraid of sending me an inbox. Yes, I've made money, but that didn't change my personality. I'm here to help. So if you want help, shoot me an inbox or shoot me an email, and we'll see what we can do for you.
It's going to be a jam-packed series, man. I'm excited. Certainly, I want to say we're out of Virginia Dogs. We'll be back next week with some more information for the next episode. So that you can go ahead and with any questions, concerns, but also just know what you're doing, and that way we can get a better idea of who you are and how we can help you. But goodbye for now. Alex, any other
like anyone can achieve success. I don't care what level of success that it is that you want. Everyone can achieve success. You just have to first put a plan into place and then take action on that plan. And you have to know how much effort is required to put into your plan to achieve your goals. I realize that the more money that you want to make, it just requires more energy, right? It doesn't necessarily require more work, but it will require more energy. So again, all your dreams are possible. I come from having no money at all to making 6 figures every year. You can do it if I can do it, believe me. So again, any questions, any problems, make sure to shoot me a message either by Facebook, or you can check me out on Facebook or Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Obviously, you're probably watching this on YouTube right now. And in the meantime, I'll speak to you guys soon.
All right, we're out.
No problem. Peace out. See you guys.